Hello, dear Aries. Here's Alexandra speaking. I hope you are well. This is a reading for you for September 2019, or rather, what's left of it, because it's the 10th of September already. As you can see, the cards are already on the table because I was doing this reading in my native language first. So I already know what's going on. I hope nobody will interrupt me when I'm doing this. Let us begin. Of course, check your other signs, not only your sun sign, also ascendant or rising sign is very important. For some of us, moon, for some of us, Venus, Mars. Generally, all those places in our natal chart where we have personal planets are important. So check this out. Let's start from the very beginning. The background energy that appears here is Five of Swords together with Temperance. Five of Swords is very often about realizing that our way of thinking may be false, may be errant, that you may not be right in something. So this is the card connected with defeat in some way, but it can always be turned into something right, into something truthful. It is sometimes about situations where you cannot win or when both sides lose, and there are types of situations like this, and it's better to realize it and go on with something that promises better outcome than this. So it's really important to realize if you are in this kind of situation. Sometimes this energy talks about being attacked out of fear or attacking out of fear. Again, if you look underneath the aggression, you will always find fear there. So look deep within and look deep within other people too, other people's motivations. But I like the Temperance here, together with Five of Swords. It reminds me of martial arts like Aikido that are flowing and that are using the energy of your opponent. You don't really have to attack anyone. You just, in these kind of martial arts, you just use the energy of your opponent. And it may be that you even don't make a move, or your move is really, really minute. And that's quite enough to reverse the energy, to change the flow of energy. So it's very much about being in the flow of energy and feeling it and making it round, making it flow. If you have ever seen a master, Aikido master, you can see that he's standing in the middle of some kind of a storm. Everything is fun, everyone is flowing around him, and he's like a, I won't say he's like a rock, because rock doesn't act like that. He's more like water. He's just there. He's quite still, and everything is moving around him, and it seems like he really don't make any effort. So it's about taking the energy of impacts and turning them into your energy. That requires skill, that requires mastery, that some of us, or majority of us, don't have yet. But still, the background asks you to try. The background asks you to learn this. Learn by doing. This reading is very much about doing, about being active. What's the most important thing? You have Ace of Discs, and I love it. I think Aquarius had quite a similar reading. So if you are interested, check this out. Ace of Discs, which is always something new and promising and potentially very, very fruitful. Now it's small. Now you need to tend to it. Now you need to take care of it, to plant it in the right way. But there's great potential here, great opportunity of growth, perhaps your own personal growth, perhaps something that you need to express out of you, that you were carrying with you for a long time. Generally one of the best cards in tarot, so I love that that you have it in the very heart of your reading. This is the most important thing. Start it. Start something. Begin it. You don't have to be master of it. You don't have to be very skillful to begin, but you need to begin to be skillful, you know. That's the course of action that you need to take. As for the progression, past, present, future, look what we have here. We are moving from stagnation of Four of Cups, which is a stable energy. Fours are always stable and stubborn. With the water element, it doesn't work very well because water likes to flow. Will I be doing Leo today? I have no idea. I don't know yet. I don't know if I have enough time to do that, because I have some private readings today too. But if not today, it's going to be tomorrow for sure. So Four of Cups, kind of stagnant energy, like being in the mud and not being very able to go out, but still you move. You move because you have Knight of Cups as a present energy, and I love it because it's very, very creative. And especially in this deck, you see the connection on the heart level here. It's like a fountain of blood flowing out or flowing in. I have no idea, or perhaps just being in the flow of life force. Elan vital is present here. So this kind of awakening, I think, there's movement in those waters, right? You had Four of Cups. When I see this shell, I think there's dangerous situation here. That if you're in the flow, you thrive. This little creature thrives. But if it is cast on the plateau and left there, then it may not return to the ocean. It may not return to the flow. So it's good that you are returning, perhaps by your own choice, by your own acting. And this really asks you to express what you feel, to express what you have in your heart. Not only to be in awe and loving, not only love this by yourself, but also to show it to others. And what comes in the future is another ace, which is really great, and this is Ace of Swords. So this is very decisive. It's like vitality comes back to you, and the clarity of vision, and you know what to do. You know precisely what to do. You know what your idea is, and you know how to follow through with it. It's a very triumphant card. So overall, I think there's kind of awakening here and call to action, definitely. And the result, probable result of this, is also very much in the pace here. Knight of Discs. Definitely Knight of Discs know what to do with Ace of Discs, right? Because that's his element. And it is about action. And as I said, it doesn't have to be immediate. It doesn't have to be very fast. It can be slow. It can be very thoughtful. It can be well planned. As you can see, Knight of Discs, he looks like a thinker. He doesn't really hurry. He doesn't rush anyone or anything. He just sits there and contemplates and observes whether everything is going according to plan, and whether there is some change needed to be done or not, right? But step by step, he's doing it. That's the best thing about Knight of Discs, that he may be very slow, but he always achieves his goal sooner or later. There may be procrastination along the way, so be careful with that, because that's one of the possible results, that you're going to postpone once again. And this is dangerous because you can come back to the stagnation of Four of Cups if you do this. But having 2 nights in the reading, I think it's a strong indicator that you need to move, that you need to follow through with what you're doing, that there is activity needed here. And the energies are very hand in hand with it, okay? They're asking you to do that. What should you do? What's your advice here? Two of Wands. So there's nice progression from 1 ace to 2. 2 of Wands is very much potent, masculine and active energy, because this is Mars in Aries. So this is your card, and the planet that is of fire, action and expansion. I try not to think about Mars as a god of war, because that's just another step in the way of evolution of this archetype. But firstly, Mars is about expanding your space, being more, becoming more, having more, more, and you need action to achieve this. So this is this kind of energy. You may have the need to have a very, very careful plan done for it, because 2 of Wands sometimes means that you stop in a way and you think how to achieve the goal. You can see many ways to do that. You can see many ways how to realize the potential of Ace of Disc, how to develop it. And now you're observing how it's going to go this way and that way and that way and that way. That's why I'm talking about planning and slow movement. But definitely you need to see, you need to take a look at this. You need to take a look at the map. So don't postpone this, all right? What's not to do? The Wheel of Fortune, which is a lucky card, but it's like an external luck. So don't count on it. I wouldn't say that as regards, as far as your entire life is concerned. I would never say that. Count on your luck, definitely. But don't count on your luck in this situation, because the fate of this project, of this new thought, new idea, new potential, Ace of Discs and Ace of Swords together, they are in your hands, right? Those aces are in your hands, and the fates of those aces are also in your hands. So don't try to push it on someone else or something else. Like the universe is in sync with me, so it's going to happen just by itself. No, it won't. No, it won't. It's your time. So don't blame Jupiter, which is the patron of this card. Don't blame others. Just focus on yourself. Take responsibility for the gifts you are given, because they are given to you, okay? It is also, sometimes the Wheel of Fortune means 1 year. So don't wait another year for something. For some of you, it may be about, for example, taking a course, taking some kind of study that happens once a year, especially in September. There are many kinds of courses beginning in September. So if you are planning to start something, don't wait another year. Don't postpone it again, because, well, life, I wouldn't say life's too short. It's not short, it's quite long, but still, it doesn't last forever, right? And if you have a chance once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times, 30 times, it doesn't mean it's gonna come for 31st time, right? So take your chance now and take it, really, act with it. As for your general well-being and health, you have beautiful bird cards, you see, knowing, duck, and psychic development. And it tells you that you know enough, that you know very well what to do with your life in general, and especially with how do you feel in your body and your soul. And that there is a great time to expand as far as your psychic development is concerned. And it even reinforces what I was talking about, some courses or workshops starting now. Engage in this, okay? Sign in, to whatever is starting now, and expand your psychic development. You already know what you need to know. You don't have to wait for another period of time, whatever it is. Okay, it can also require, it can also be connected with health issues that you have. As for abundance, you have Sweat Lodge, which is a really beautiful card that talks about this kind of experience when Native Americans gathered in a place with lava rocks that were red hot, and they were sweating out everything that is not needed anymore. So it's about coming back to the womb of the Mother Earth, right? Sitting in darkness and sweating away old habits and beliefs and heal disease. So when you return humbly to the womb of the mother, you are offered second chances. So for some of you, these aces that appear here may be second chances. Perhaps you've already, you have been already holding these aces in your hands, but the time wasn't right, or you didn't feel well enough to cope with them, to do something with them. So now there may be a second chance. But as I said, you may have second chance, but how about third? We don't know that. So act now, act now. This is a time to journey inward into the dark and hidden places of your soul to reconnect with the ancient earth wisdom. You can also create a sacred and intimate space in the dark by lighting a candle. Observe what emerges, and without judging it, invite it to bring you its gifts. You are being offered an opportunity to shed and heal from the aspects of your life you have outgrown. Do not worry that you will be consumed by the process. So the abundance is already here, is what I hear, because you have Ace of Discs and Ace of Swords, and these are gifts from the universe always. So it is now in your life, and you just need to hold it and expand them, okay? Now as for your love, this card appears quite often. Sing with confidence. I think it's about being heard. It's about your own confidence that you are well enough, good enough, beautiful enough, wise enough, etc., etc., etc. And to shine your light, and about not being afraid to be who you are and to sing that you can be heard by others. Because when you are shy, or when you think, oh, I'm off tune and so I won't sing loudly, perhaps the person that is supposed to meet you will never meet you because they won't hear you. They won't be able to locate you because you are silent. So don't be silent and sing with confidence, because your song is one in the world, the one and only, all right? It's always coming back to self-love, these cards. Generally, when we speak about love, it's always about self-love in the first place. And when we love ourselves, we really pull all energies and people that we need in life. So be confident in that. Trust yourself in that. And the final card, the position I call Tao, or the way or the path of your life. And you have Arrow. Okay? Surround yourself with protective energy. So it may be a vulnerable time for you for some reason. Perhaps these aces incubating, they need the safe space a little bit more a long time for you. But what they definitely need is protective, kind energy around. Okay? Let me read this for you. Surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call on your angels, guides, and ancestors to bring you protection. If you are in a situation where you feel that not everything is as clear as it seems, trust your intuition. Yeah, you may be this feeling coming out of mud here, so maybe not everything is clear, but it will be definitely with Ace of Swords. There's great clarity of vision, like you see like an eagle, the best sight in the world, right? There are energies in your current situation that aren't fully aligned with your intentions and goals, or with kindness. Follow your intuition about whom to trust and what to trust. If you can take time to retreat or to step out of this situation to assess what's going to be beneficial for you, do so. In any event, this is a time to call on the energy of protection and to place yourself in a space that feels safe, especially for these new aces to arise and to grow like a seed. They need this greenhouse for them. So perhaps that's why the arrow appears for you. Be confident in whom to trust and surround yourself with this warm, safe energy of greenhouse. Okay, Aries, way to go for you. I hope you like the reading. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful time in September, and I hope I see you in next readings very, very soon. Until then, bye bye.